My wife, 29, has made a new friend that makes me uncomfortable. My wife has always been friendly. Super friendly. She's a sweetheart. Recently, she got an account, which I'm fine with, and even discussed maybe opening our marriage up. We talked with a couple for a couple days, and kind of died off. She decided she'd go on Tinder to find a couple or a girl for us. She found a couple that's looking for a unicorn. She wants to be that unicorn. Talks to them all day. Group Snapchat, group texts, friends on Facebook. I'm uneasy, but whatever. Then she met this guy. 25. I had told her I need honesty with everything. She went and hung out with him. They smoked and drove around. Nothing happened. I told her, whatever we're doing, no emotional attachment, physical only. So fast forward to last weekend. We were supposed to go out for her friend's birthday. Last minute she tells me it's a girls' night only. So we already had a sitter, so I went to a bar and had a beer. She went radio silence for about 45 minutes, which is weird, and her location showed her in the parking lot. And then she texts me that it's not just a girls' night, and she saw him and bought some weed from him, even though I already have a medical card. She then informed me that she showed him her tits, and he showed her his dick. At this point, I'm uneasy. That shit was hidden from me. I let her know I'm super uncomfortable, because I feel like there's an emotional attachment there. She doesn't come to bed with me anymore. She stays up till 2, 3, 4 a.m. snapping this dude. Again, tell her I'm uncomfortable, and feel threatened by this guy. She tells me, he's just a friend, who cares that he's super attractive. This dude has mental issues, a fucked up family life, on probation for 10 years, and apparently isn't staying in this area long. My wife is a fixer. She's drawn to these type of people. I've never felt threatened before, except for a guy from the beginning of our relationship, who I was right about. She's had guy friends, hung out with dudes, talked to dudes, and it's never bothered me. But something about this one makes me feel uncomfortable. I've asked her to stop talking to him. She said okay, and then I found out they were still talking. She's saying shit like, "Oh, ex, you know you'll never be alone. I'd love to cook you dinner." I finally drew a line, and said I want him out. Shusha's got tons of other friends to talk to. We've been fighting over this for days. I want her to block him, or delete him, whatever. She won't do it. Says she'll just ignore him. Today, I told her it's either me or him. She said she's going to delete all of her social media apps because I'm controlling and don't want her to have friends. I've reiterated the fact that she can have all the friends she wants, but there's an emotional connection between them that I feel is threatening our marriage. I've been told my feelings about this is because of my past with my parents and the way I grew up, and my unresolved trauma is making this worse than it should be, and she should be allowed to have friends. She keeps telling me I'm in a mental episode that's making me act out, but nobody else has noticed anything. I feel like I'm being gaslighted. Oh, and she said, I just won't talk to him. We're not friends on anything but Snapchat, and we don't have each other's numbers, so it's no big deal. Reddit, what do I do? Edit. I told her to delete him, or we're done. She decided to delete her apps, instead of him. And then proceeded to tell me, he's never done anything to you, what is your problem? So, there it is. Send me good vibes. This is gonna be a long ride. Edit 2. Just for clarification, she never hung out with the couple looking for her to be a unicorn, at least as far I know. Just the group chats and social media. Edit 3. Look this dude up. I knew there was something up. Paternity tests with 2 different women. Distribution of cocaine and pot. Another distribution of pot. Possession of a firearm, committing a felony. Domestic abuse charges. So, I'm out. Edit 4. Thank y'all, all of you. Whether you called me an idiot, or not, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't actually losing my shit. Edit 5. Okay, this is kind of funny. She changed her Facebook profile picture to us, and posted an old memory on Snap, to her private story who she chooses to see. And then proceeded to tell me how much she loved showing me off. Like, brew, you posted to your private story so he wouldn't see. Come on now. This was earlier today, not long after the argument started. You've expressed that you're extremely uncomfortable with him and you have every right to be. She's hiding things from you and lying, then trying to pivot the blame back to you saying you're controlling. Sounds like the relationship has run its course. It seems that you both want very, very different things from your marriage. She's definitely gaslighting you, blaming your perfectly reasonable reaction on your past trauma. And saying you're having a mental episode. That's disgusting. That is a huge red flag. She's manipulating you because she's cheating and she knows it. You have boundaries and she's crossing them repeatedly. In my eyes, this is cheating. I hope you figure it out, but if this was me and Parter saying these things to me, I'd be out. You gave her all the freedom she could ask for and were wise enough to install a boundary, no emotions, that your wife ignored. You need to decide what you do after she crossed the boundary. To me, it seems that her priorities shifted and that the dude is more important to her than your marriage. If you allow her that now, then she will either leave you for him or will do it again with a different guy, when the current guy is out. You decide if you allow someone to treat you like that. That she lied to you about the girls' night, only to be able to be with him while you are not around would have been enough for me. Dude. You know she blew him in that car and maybe fucked him, right? And she planned it ahead of time as well. Like, no fucking shit. You lost her, dude. Wake her ass up with filing for divorce. Don't have to go through with it. But if she doesn't own up to her shit and be honest, then no relationship style can work. She's gaslighting the shit out of you. Firstly, kudos to you for giving us some insight to your personal life and for being comfortable enough for your wife to have and of ACCT. Secondly, parking lot. No adult simply shows someone her tits in a parking lot. No guy simply shows a girl his dick in a parking lot. They definitely fucked. Period. Personally, I would frame your next moves based entirely on her ability to be truthful and exhibit good, solid communication with you about these things. Confront her. Ask for the truth. After all, you're her spouse, you deserve at least that much. Good luck. It sounds like she wants a fully open relationship and maybe at one point you did too, but not anymore, I'm guessing. If you're not comfortable with what she's doing, it's basically cheating, so you need to decide now what exactly you are comfortable with. And then tell her. I feel like she's gaslighting you. Going into this, if you clearly discussed your boundaries and she broke it, then that's on her. I'd jump ship in a heartbeat, but that's just me. She is absolutely gaslighting you though, and that's pretty fucked up. I'm sorry this is happening to you. She isn't trustworthy at all. Sounds like your wife has disrespected you, your boundaries and your marriage. You asked her to stop talking to him. She continued. If she's not secretly fucking him, she wants to. You know your worth. Are you going to put up with this shit? This isn't a friend, it's an affair partner. This is basically a textbook showing on how to manipulate a loving spouse into just letting you go bang someone. 1. I'm outgoing. Honey, maybe we should think about swinging. Just trying it. I could only ever love you. 2. Oh geez. I can't seem to find someone who wants both of us. Oh geez, I'll keep looking. 3. So hey. I found this couple that wants to play. But yeah, just with me though. Does that make you uncomfortable? 4. I'll just sleep on the couch. I'm texting my new friends. I'm sorry this happened to you, op. Your wife is either a masterful manipulator who engineered herself getting her own way, or through galactic levels of coincidence just is in a situation where it appears that she is. Truthfully, I would advise looking into a divorce. Dude, I stopped reading halfway through. Your marriage is over. The sooner you realize that, the better. And here is why open relationships are bad news. As soon as you open your relationship in a marriage, it's over as you've broken your vows. Good luck, you're going to need it. I leave and file for divorce. She cannot hold onto your agreement. WTF, man. This is what you can get with open relationships. Chaos and cheating. Young kids as well. I don't know if this can be fixed based on what's been going on. Sorry, man. Watch your 6. Have 2 plans. 1 that you try to get things under control and exit. You've told her it's your or him and it seems that she's decided it's him. So what are your next steps? No offense, but why do people think they can open up their marriage and after they've done it, realize they aren't okay with it? WTF kind of marriage is this? I'm open-minded and all, but damn son, she put the horns on you. Call a lawyer, you're too young to get fucked other by this woman, you set rules and she broke them. Do you honestly believe they didn't have sex? If any form, get an STD check. Open relationships don't always work out. Most people attempt to get to know the people they sleep with. Most people find that attachment creates better sex, and good sex automatically creates more intimacy and a stronger bond between people. I don't personally believe it's possible to just use people for sex, and I think it's pretty hard to say no emotions when sex is, for most, a very emotionally triggering thing. What did you think was gonna happen? Don't share your wife, dummy. Unpopular opinion. This is what happens when you open up your marriage. Good luck. The second your wife speaks the words open relationship, it's over. There is no point in beating a dead horse. An open relationship is not a relationship except in the loosest term and never work for the long haul. One or the other always breaks trust or the rules. Why be in a relationship with someone who isn't fully committed to the relationship? She has already broke any trust you have in her. Tell her it's time to leave because you will never trust her again. Do not let her make you the villain. If she wants to act single, then she should be single. Successful relationships have boundaries respected by both partners. Just asking about an open relationship violates them. If my wife ever asked about that, my answer would be divorce papers. I think it's time to close your marriage and start couples counseling before it's too late. It seems like y'all were on the same page for some time, but she crossed a line, you got upset, she continued crossing that line, and you don't trust her anymore. My understanding of open marriages is transparency and trust are a pretty damn big deal. If y'all don't have that anymore, this just sounds like a regular emotional affair she's having with this guy. Take the steps to heal your marriage. This isn't a real relationship. She's evidently done sexual things in person with this guy. She didn't show him her tits and him showing her his dick without anything happening. They did more than that in the car. I talked to a divorce attorney. She's a prostitute, and is screwing other people. What you expect? You basically have no boundaries once this happens. Just gotta say, she is not a sweetheart at all. She's treating you absolutely disgustingly. I'm sorry, not judging, but you have an open marriage. It gives one or both permission to stray. Rules be damned, they don't matter much. How about just have a normal relationship with one person? She's cheating. LMAO, I can't take people like this seriously. I just can't. You were okay with your wife bearing her tits on the internet for cash, and you were okay with her getting fucked by another dude. And then you got mad she found another dude to fuck. Like, it really seems you asked for this and you have no idea what you want. Doesn't really sound like you were actually okay with her having an of or looking for swingers. To be honest, I am very confused reading your post. And I am sorry, but we're not friends on anything but Snapchat. Really makes me laugh. I just have only one question for Op. When on earth are you gonna to get divorced with her? Your wife is in love with that guy. You have every right to be upset. You are not having a mental episode. You need to follow through with your demand. It's him or you. When relationships are opened up to try fix something, normally just do the opposite. Edit. She probably fucked him or blew him in that 45 minutes now I think about it. This is like right out of the Hoodville Bible. She belongs to the streets, my dude. Focus on yourself. Hang in there, man. Once you're gone from her, your life will be a bit easier. Oh honey, once you open up your marriage, it's practically over at that point. I've never heard of a open marriage working out for anyone. I'd get a divorce now and save you the headache and heartache that you would feel if this goes on any longer. Whether you like it or not, you now have an open marriage and are playing by the whims of her rules and now bold-face lies. So, this has turned into something else. It seems as if you two are on opposite ends of the spectrum on what you want out of a marriage. Either have a serious talk about what you two want out of this, and if you two can't agree, then perhaps a counselor or a temporary separation. Get the fuck out of there. You don't have a wife, you have a hoe. Dog, your wife is not a sweetheart. Yeep sounds about like every open relationship I hear about. Now you know not to mess with that shit, lol. Too disrespectful for me. Time to walk, bud. Well, you fucked around and found out. She then informed me that she showed him her tits, and he showed her his dick. WTF. Huge red flags right there, bro. That alone negates any innocence in this whole thing. That guy is trouble and will inadvertently destroy your marriage. It's shocking to me how blatantly disrespectful your hoping soon-to-be ex-wife is. You've said, it's him or me, and she didn't choose you. Follow through. Seriously. She maybe will come to her senses when she realized that she pushed your extremely generous boundaries too far. I'm not kidding. You made an ultimatum you have to follow through or you'll be walked all over for true rest of your life. She blew that guy, man, at least. Get rid right now and move on. You are okay with her being a unicorn for another couple and opening up your marriage but not fucking some random guy. By the way, she already fucked him, you know that, right? Women who want to fuck some guy don't hang out with him alone and nothing happens.